Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Protrainy's Power BI demo session. I'm Ashish Kumar Sharma, your host for today's session. Let me give you a brief introduction about who we are. Protrainy is an Ahmedabad ventures-funded upscaling platform for core engineering professionals and students from construction, manufacturing, oil and gas, etc. We are also backed by US Embassy, NSR, CLIM, Bangalore, Startup India, and 20 plus top bodies. Protrainy is a CIE.co IIM Ahmedabad funded upskilling platform for construction professionals and students. We are also backed by USA Embassy, NSR, SAIL, IIM Bangalore, Startup India, and 20 plus top bodies. We understand that landing skills requires which precisely fit market demand is tougher than landing a job itself. That's where we came into play. We prepare engineering students to be industry ready by helping them and mentored by industry professional and expert through industry practical knowledge. As of now, we have upskilled 15,000 civil engineers from 700 plus companies and 4,000 plus colleges across India and 12 plus countries. We aim to make you expert in structural engineering, construction management, bridge engineering, metro, tunnel engineering, and oil and gas software trainings like Oracle, Primavera, AutoCAD, and 40 plus programs for your 360-degree holistic development. To be updated with our upcoming amazing courses, go and follow our Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn by the name Protrainy. Now I would like to show you an introductory video of our company. Now I request Ayush sir to please start the session. So you may start now.
Hi, good evening, everyone. We will start the session, but before starting session, I'm sharing my screen. There is a Mentimeter link where you all can go. I have also put in the chat section of our Zoom call. Please join this link and put your thoughts that why are you here in this session and which language will you guys be comfortable to carry forward on this call. So just invest your 2 minutes before starting the session so that we can proceed well in the session and see what we want to achieve from the session. Just there in the chat, and I'm also giving you the link. Can you follow the screen now, everyone? You can also join from the QR link here, and also there is a link in our Zoom chat. Also, please check the next question that how familiar are you with Power BI? I can see 5 results down there. Most of you are voted for English, and then one is there for mix. It would be very interesting to see that how familiar are you with Power BI. There are 4 options you can select so that I can see which level are you on the Power BI and what you expect from this session basically. So please check the next question as well on the link, on the same link. Can you all see the next question as well? Yeah.
So the next question is not visible.
Uh, Please follow this link if you are not able to see it via QR code.
So it's saying the presenter hasn't changed slides yet.
Yeah. Okay, no worries. Then we'll jump ahead for the session. So my idea was to ask that how familiar are you with Power BI? So there could be someone who is just hearing about the Power BI and what is it, or maybe there are some guys in the session who already have some experience doing some projects on the Power BI in their job, or they might be doing it currently. So, considering everything on apart, I would like to first introduce what is Power BI, and because we are already done with 20 minutes in the session, so I would like to go a little quick, and also would like to share what I have presented, what I have made for you all. So, introduction to Power BI, then we go ahead. So, Power BI basically is a business analytical tool by Microsoft that turns raw data into actionable insights. So basically, when we work in an organization, we have a lot of data. Whatever teams are we in, suppose if we are working with an IT company, or suppose we are in a civil construction sector, so we are working already with a lot of data in our daily job. There could be data regarding, if you are a civil engineer, there could be data regarding your manpower efficiency, or there could be data of your resources, your material. So we always get data in Excel form, and to analyze it, we have to invest a lot of time in our working life. So Power BI, what Power BI does is that it converts into a visual, and then we can enhance that data visualization and can use for the efficiency of what output we want. Suppose if we want to take some insights from the data, we can collect it in a moment, in a single click, and we can work to improve or maybe making our efficiency better in that particular part. So it's a business analytical tool, and nowadays it is getting used in most of the sectors, even including our civil, because in our civil in our sales sector, there are a lot of data which is coming in nowadays, and to improve efficiency, we are using also Power BI in our sector, civil, mechanical, or in the core branches as well. It has basically three main components when we talk about what is Power BI. So Power BI desktop version, which is a desktop app, basically like it works like an app where we can open it in our Windows and can work directly on through that app and can save our whole work, whole project. Power BI service is a web-based link, so web-based internet link where you can go online onto that report, which work as a sharing tool for the Power BI. So if you want to collaborate into your team, suppose five people want to work in a project, and there you all want to collaborate and integrate each with each other. So Power BI service can be used. And also now they have introduced Power BI mobile, so which actually gives you access directly to your mobile. So you can always make your report into an app form and can go directly onto your mobile and can check what is going into that particular uh, project or particular dashboard. So these three components can be used as per your requirement. If you are someone who is actually making that report and you want to present it to someone, so you can use Power BI desktop. But suppose if you are someone who is just interested in sharing and maybe presenting in your team meetings, then Power BI service is something you use. And Power BI Mobile is just a thing where you can always access the dashboard into anytime, like any situation, if you are at your home or anywhere. So these three different components are coming up from Power BI or Microsoft application platform. Why Power BI? So there are a lot of tools available nowadays for analytics, for different kind of visualization, for preparing different kind of dashboard. But Power BI is something which is very easy to use. Its interface is quite easy to understand. Uh, anyone who is just starting as a beginner won't take much time to learn it because it's very easy. So this is the first of the reason. Then it's very easy to integrate with different data sources. So I'm just talking about Excel because in our core industry, we are using Excel a lot of time. But there are different web-based applications which always run on cloud. So it's easy to integrate Power BI with different source like cloud, SQL, or maybe any application which is running on Amazon or any cloud server. So it's very easy. So this is one of the other efficiency which comes with Power BI. As I said, there are multiple tools, but here we are talking that why we want to use Power BI for our project. So its integration is one of the other aspect. Then it comes and it also brings your different interactive visuals. So visualization part is the most important part in Power BI, which we want to use in our project. So it has multiple number of visualization, different types of charts, different types of cloud, different types of pie chart. Even you can include map visual. So it gives you the most number of charts. So to you can visualize your data in different forms. You can create dashboards and reports that allow users to drill down into data and also interact with the information in real time. So you can always integrate your data sources in very what do we say, in real time. You can always update it in the real time. So this is very like useful. So that's why we want to use Power BI. And sharing and collaboration. So as we saw in the last slide that there is one part Power BI service where it is very easy to collaborate with different team members of your project. You can always share with them. You both can work simultaneously with the person. So that is also one of the other aspect. That's why we want to use Power BI. So suppose if you are a member in your team and your team is needing something from the data and they all are using just Excel, using some formulas, VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, XLOOKUP, something like that. And you want, okay, I can do much better visualization and I can give you some better insights about our data. You can always go with Power BI and can work with this tool to maximize your team efficiency. Now we'll see a sample of simple report in Power BI desktop. So because we have very less time now, so I would like to give you a quick overview how it looks like, how this process look like. Before heading into that part, I just quickly say this thing that what we are going to do. So we are going to load our data into Power BI, and for this simple presentation, we are taking Excel as our sample. Then we are going to use drag and drop field to create visuals. So just a sample that how visual is getting created there. And I'm going to show you some of the different charts which are available in Power BI. And then what we can achieve, what information we can achieve from that particular visual. So I'll quickly stop sharing my screen and also will start sharing it again with my Power BI. So let's go. So yes. So for this is the application part. Application, what is the user interface for Power BI desktop? This is how it looks like. We have two ribbons at the top, and if I just combine it, there are three different ribbons on the right hand side, and then there are four different sections in this side. If you see it properly, if you are not able to follow my mouse cursor, please let me know so that I'll go a little slow. So on the top, there are uh, basic tools which are there with every application. They are like very intensive tools as well, but again, we have less time, so we won't go deep. But most importantly, what I shared in the slide, this is what I want to share with you as well with this Power BI. So here, if you see, there is no data and you cannot see any kind of data in this particular section. So for a quick demo, I would like to show you how we can upload data into our Power BI and how we can play with our data, create some visuals. So on the top of the ribbon, we see get data. And there we can quickly go into Excel workbook. So when we go to Excel workbook, it will open our laptop's like location. Now when we go, I have loaded one test data into our for this session. So there is a file which is known as testdata.xlx. When I select it and I'll click on the open. So it will do some work in the background and then we'll quickly, or one screen will come up like this. There you can select. So suppose if your Excel sheet is having multiple tabs, so there you have this freedom to choose one tab or maybe multiple tabs. But because our Excel is having only one tab, I can also share you this test data Excel sheet, which looks like this. So suppose if your sheet is having multiple tabs, you can always select multiple tabs. But for now, we'll select one sheet. So this is how it looks like. Sample.
Yes.
Here we can see, and okay, this is our data is correct. There is one more part of Power BI, but we won't go to that. So we will directly load this data into our Power BI desktop. So we will click on the load. And as soon as we click on the load part, it will come directly onto the screen. So okay. Now, once it is loaded, you can see on the data pane that there is sheet 1. And now you can see all the things which were there in the test data. So city, country, date, all the columns which we have seen in our test data was there, is now displaying into our data pane into our Power BI. So this is how it looks like once you load the data into Power BI. Now, after this, there is a secondary pair on the right hand side, which is visualization. And there is third pane, which is filters. So for now, we won't look on this filters part, but we would be more interested in data and the visualization. So data will be displaying all about what we have loaded in our Power BI desktop. So city, country, exactly the same data from our Excel sheet. This is nothing. This is just the column how we loaded it. And if you just want to see a sample, I'll quickly show you in the next steps. This white screen, which you see here from left corner to this part, which will be used as a whiteboard and which will be used as our working platform to put into different visuals and play with those visuals and how we want to have it. So this is and this is called as canvas. So in Power BI language, we called it as Canva. So this is our Canva from this left corner down to here. And here we are gonna see whatever we are going to work on this Power BI particular desktop. So, and it also says if you can see build visuals with your data. So to start with, I'll quickly pick one of the visual from here, and to not complicate it for you all of you, I would quickly select one of the visual from here. So maybe we'll take something like pie chart. So as soon as you click here, one pie chart will come and display here. I hope you all can see the screen properly and you are with me on this session. Just drop yes if you are able to follow what we are doing. Yes. Yes. Okay. So here we can see one display visual, but at the moment it is completely blank. There is nothing which is coming up with this visual. So to make it a little bit easier for you, so this is a data which is for a project, basically for a project, and it is getting implemented globally, so all around the world. Okay, can you see this Excel? Just drop one yes in the group if you can see the Excel.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if you see this test data, there are site IDs. There is a wave on which data on which wave is going to come. Then there is a status: planned, migrated, or in progress. So there are three different tabs here. I'll quickly put one filter so that you can able to see the further. So there is in progress, migrated, planned. It's a global project, and there are some dates. Okay, like it's planned in January 25. One is in progress in April. There will be some data in migration as well. And if it is already completed, then it's there actual migrated data. So this is our data which we are working in, and it's a global project. It's a project which is getting implemented globally. So now to make it easier, so this is a pie chart, and now I want to see from all of my site that uh, I quickly want to see, and I quickly want to show to my team that if we had like total number of sites 50, and there is this number of sites which is planned, there is this number of site which is in progress, and there is this number of site uh, which is already migrated. So to go to Excel, if I want to suppose if I want to fetch this data from this Excel, what I'll see, I will put some formulas, or I can use this filter option. Okay, there are this much of sites which are planned, right? Or maybe I want to see migrated one. I'll put this filter. Okay, this much of sites are migrated, which is 16. Or maybe I want to know, okay, how many sites are in progress? Okay, there are 15 sites which are in progress. So this is how I can work from Excel. But with Power BI, what you can. So there is a legend. So every visualization, every visual chart has some sort of different axis to make it easier to put your data in. So it has a legend. Legend means what you want to show, and then the values which will come up here. So to make it easy, I'll put it here site ID. As soon as you see, there is a count of site ID. So total number of site IDs we have is 47. Can you see it? Can you follow? So as total number of sites, we have 47 sites for our project, which we want to implement. So this is like 100% at the moment. There is nothing, no data there. But now as we want to display, as we want to show our team that, okay, this is our current status of the project at the moment. So what I'll do is I'll put here status. And as soon as I put status, Power BI does its work, and it says now out of 47, we have 14 sites, which is, and if you follow the color, it's orange. So we see it's in progress. And also if we take our cursor on the color, it also says status in progress and count of site ID is 14. Similarly, if you go to the other color, it says planned and its site ID is 18. And similarly, for the migrated, it's 15. So this is the power of Power BI basically, that you can make it very easy. You can always work with different visuals. This is one of the visual which we have used at the moment for now. Can you follow everyone? It looks good for now. We'll show you one more example. We'll go on one more example. So this is one of the example I put in. Let's take one more example for the column chart, but we'll use it is stack column chart. Okay, we'll bring this another column chart here, which is known as stack column chart. It has its function, like you can use different number of legend for one particular value. So we'll try to make some information out of this. So what I want to work now is with the timeline. So what I want that at which month, suppose as we saw in the data, that at which month this site is planned, or in which month it is in progress. So I want to work with basically month data. Now, as we see, it's a stack column chart. So it has x-axis, it has y-axis, and it has legend. So similarly, as we use in the last project, in the last visual, that we want to use our status column as our legend. So similarly, we'll put our legend into here, and so it will come because it's just one value, so it is not able to figure out that what is going on currently with this visual. So on x-axis, we would like to put in our site ID's number, basically. So it will go here, site ID, and again we drag and drop data into our legend.
त्याच मसाल्यामध्ये काहीतरी काप वगैरे फ्राय करून दे ना मला.
And for the y-axis, we would like to use the date. So we'll use our date.
सोया चाप वगैरे असं फ्राय करून दे ना.
Now, as you see, it's coming like this. Which is not a good idea, right? Because what we want to put in on the y-axis, we want to put our number of site ID. So if you put it in the wrong column, wrong axis, it will not be able to give you the right information. So we will take site ID into x-axis and then date into y-axis. Now can you see this proper? And we just want to have months, so we will remove everything here and we will have like this. Now can you see this visualization? What is displaying? It is displaying month-wise status of our site IDs and their status. So for the month of January, there are 2 sites which are already migrated in the month of January, and there are 6 sites which are planned for the month of January 2025 or 24 as per our data. Then for the month of February, if we see, there is this count of site ID 2, and then migration. There are 5 sites which migrated into month of February. So we can also filter out for the month-wise data. So by this way, we can use Power BI, and because I'm like using it for a longer time, so I can always see which kind of chart I have to use, which kind of data will go in. So it's much easier once you practice it, once you work on the tool to decide what kind of chart or what kind of visual you want to use. But initially, you need to practice, you need to work. So don't get confused with yourself that, okay, how I decided, because it's very hard to explain why I decided this chart. I just want to explain the visual part, that how good visualization can be done with Power BI of your data. So this is something I want to achieve with this exercise. So it's very easy to load the data. It's very easy to put your visualization. It's very easy to convert your data into visualization. Everything is easy, but for now, I would like to just put this Power BI efficiency to you. And if you are interested in learning for the future, that's just good. And you can also practice this in the later part. Now I'll go and head back to our slides. And this is the basically like Power BI interaction, Power BI visualization part I wanted to display in this small session. Quickly stop sharing my screen. Let's get my PowerPoint back. Okay. So this is what we did in our session, in our Power BI presentation. We have loaded our data into Power BI, then we have drag and drop to create visuals. Then we saw one of the bar chart, and also we saw one pie chart there. So, and you were able to see that how quickly it was possible to fetch information from the data what we prepared for the testing. Now we'll go to the next slide. So this is the option which you can do with visualization as well. So Power BI offers a variety of built-in charts and visual, as we see, and from basic charts like bar and line graphs to advanced visuals like map and waterfall charts, it is all available there. And the goal is to find the best way to represent your data so that it's easily understandable. So as I said, when you work with Power BI for a longer period of time in your job, or if you want to learn it and if you want to practice it, you get most optimized way of presenting your data. So maybe you can also present data with bar chart, but maybe the efficient way would be using a pie chart. But this cannot be achieved in the initial phase of your learning, initial phase of your knowledge. With the practice, with the time you put into the Power BI application, you can always optimize your presentation way, and you can get better in making this visualization in the longer run. So, and at the end of the time, and the end of the day, we have always this focus to find the best visualization to present our data. So when our team will ask you, okay, I want this kind of information for our project. So you can always choose to select the best visual and work with that visual on the Power BI and can go with ahead with it. Visuals are interactive, meaning you can click on a chart and instantly see how the other charts on the report update based on that selection. So this is one thing where suppose if on one Canva you have 3-4 different visuals to present it, I'll also show it in the next time. But so you can always make these two different visuals interactive and non-interactive with each other. This interactivity makes it incredibly easy for users to explore the data and get actionable insights quickly. So this is very efficient way where you can always interact with two different visuals in a Power BI. Now I'll quickly jump onto my other sample Power BI, which I wanted to show that with the time you can always look for it. So this is one of the Power BI which I have prepared basically. And as you can see, at the moment, it's not signing, so it's showing display Azure Mass Visual Sign. But as you can see, it's showing one of the thing at the top. It's an overall status. I had 47 site IDs, 6 are already migrated, 14 planned, 7 is in progress. So this is the overall status of my project. Here I can see my project status quarter-wise. At the bottom, there are two different visuals. If you see count of site by status, so as we like what we have made in our uh, demo Power BI, and also status timeline. Here there are different slicers. I can choose region. I can like avoid to choose different regions. So this is also there. I'll quickly show you this map if it's possible. Okay. So basically, this is the map visual. This is also available in Power BI, which you can also use to present your data geographically. So there will be site list, which will come up there and can be displayed. And as soon as I select different region, like suppose if I want to just see Americas, the data will change automatically. The map will take us to America. Here at the down also you can see side list, side number of has been changed. In the month list, that has all been changed. If I choose Europe 1, it will take us to Europe 1. Again, data has been changed. So this is what we call interactivity. We can always interact with the different data. We can choose always select all, and it will take us to the top of the map. So I'm choosing everything out of it. So this is how you can interact with the data and can be used to present basically our data. This is possible. Okay, so this is you can prepare and at the end of the project, this is something you can display to your team members, to your stakeholders while preparing the data. Now I'll head back to our presentation. Now, what is Power BI service? As I said, it's a web-based application where you can always share it with your team members. You can always put in all your team members to work and collaborate with each other and can see how you are going to work on the project, what part is important, what data is important, what visual you want to use. So suppose if you are two or three people who are working on the same Power BI project, you are developing one Power BI dashboard for your team members, you can choose this online application. So you can always go onto the web. You can just type in Power BI service, log in, and then directly work on real-time collaboration with your team members. So this is something which is very useful. Once you have created a report in Power BI desktop, you will want to share it with others. So this is where Power BI service comes in. Power BI service is the cloud platform where you can publish your reports, share them with others, and collaborate with your team. Not only can you share reports, but you can also set up automatic data refreshes. So suppose if you want to refresh your data, you can put in one timeline. Okay, I want to refresh my data every month. So it will automatically refresh. So the visualization part will automatically get refreshed. You will see a new visual and new data on the visual, basically. And email subscription, so stakeholders get the most up-to-date information. If you are working in a team, Power BI service allows you to create workspaces where multiple people can work on the same report. So this is the advantage of using Power BI, where you can collaborate with your team members. Now, from my side, the session is over because I wanted to make it quick. We have less time. But for the last 10 minutes, I would like to have some questions from you. If you have some question, please feel free to ask. You can unmute yourself. You can write in the chat, and I would be more than happy to answer your question. It's a very small session. It's a very small demo what Power BI can do. It's very uh, efficient. It's very important nowadays for every company. A lot of data is there with everyone, and using the data is the right way to proceed in the future. So this is very useful tool in the future. So please feel free to ask if you have any question.
Am I audible?
Yes, Lavit, you are audible.
So, actually, I wanted to know. I mean, I'm an MEP engineer working with HTL Aircon. I work as an estimation engineer, billing engineer. What use it will be for me, Power BI? And I'm
Okay.
not into business or sales or things. So how it will be beneficial for me?
So to answer this question, as you're working with the MEP engineer, right? As you're working as an MEP engineer. So it
Senior
actually
estimation
depends.
and projects engineer.
Okay.
I do
So in
estimation work, I do billing
yes.
work, I do execution.
Nice. So in estimation part, you have a lot of data on the manpower, on the resources, on the quantity of material on the daily basis. But it depends what kind of data you are dealing on your daily basis. So doing billing is a very different part. But suppose, for example, I'll give you one example. If you are doing billing for two different projects, which are of the same quantum, same magnitude, and you want to see like what kind of budget you have allocated for what type of projects. And for that comparison, it's always better to use this Power BI service for the visual. Similarly, you can always check in with the data of your manpower. Suppose if you are if the project is going up in three different states, so there will be a different maybe manpower what we say manpower fees, like wages, so labor wages basically. There you can always compare, you can always read that data that, okay, in Gujarat, it's this wages, in here, this wages, or maybe with the resources efficiency, like how many labor are going to work with this different project, something like this. So for someone working like you can always use Power BI for different visualization. And the point is, it's not so common to use it, but suppose if you are aware that what this tool can do. I'll give you one example. So in my previous job, basically, Power BI they are using Power BI for just for the visual, but they are not using it for data preparation, which is very, very important. But I'm gonna share one more slide here in my presentation. So it's very important. It's very important that what all this Power BI can do. I'm just showing one little small part, very little, like it's 1% of what Power BI can do, what we have seen in this demo. So if you know, okay, what are the different aspects of Power BI, you can always implement into your job as per your requirement. So I was giving this one example. I used it for data preparation in the background. I combined like 6 or 7 different Excel sheets into one place and compare that data for my project. If I have open it, I can show you that how complicated that was. So it depends on your use case. It depends on your what kind of data you are working with. But as in your profile, you can definitely use this Power BI and can always enhance your efficiency or maybe your project efficiency to present different kind of data as I gave you the example. But it's
For
not so
project,
common.
Actually, for labor management, we are using MS Project.
Yes.
So it can generate reports and other things, right?
Yes. Yes. But MS project is completely different as like I know what I know because MS project is basically it's a tool, it's a calculation tool, right? Power BI is
Yes,
something
yes, yes.
different. Yes, so Power BI is
It's
something
a
different,
visualization
which
tool.
it's a visualization tool. So Power BI is like
Can I
when
import reports of MS Project in Power BI?
so at the moment it won't be there, but as MS project also gives you in form of Excel, you can always upload that Excel. Because I'm not sure about it is able to fetch information from directly from the MS project cloud, but I can check like what it does. But definitely Excel can be used, so that you can do. So
Okay.
I open it. I open one of the files which I work in. I'll quickly share it. So means I combine basically different Excel. Like if you are working with Excel a lot of times, you know about the horizontal lookup, vertical lookup. So you take information from one Excel sheet to the other Excel sheet. So to ease that process from my team, I used Power BI for the data preparation. And this was the number of sheet I used for my like data preparation. I had like 10 sheets there. I combined all of them and make this one table out of it. Uh, so this was the table I made from that data, combining everything. But as a model, it looks like this. Very, very, very complicated. Like it's connected somewhere here, somewhere there, like that.
Hello, Shay.
So
This is different worksheet or one Excel
it's
sheet
it's a,
or
it's a different
another?
worksheet. It's a different worksheet. It's from my work.
Okay.
It's from my work. But I'm what I'm trying to say here is it totally depends on your work, what you are doing, what you are dealing with.
No, no, no.
I
My
am
question is in
yeah
Power BI,
yeah
we connect different Excel sheet means
yes
combine different Excel
yes
sheet.
yes you
Okay.
can
How?
you can so like I can quickly show you one sample. There's no problem now.
सर
So
इसका कोई डैशबोर्ड जो
for
आपने एक्सेल दिखाया ना सर उसमें कोई डैशबोर्ड आपका वो एक बार शो कर सकें बस
मैं आपको ये वाला दिखाया ना, एक बार मैं आपको किसी शेयर कर देता हूँ.
जी हाँ सर
Actually,
इसका डैशबोर्ड इसका मुझे
how it works?
तो यस आपको ये देखना है कि मल्टीपल एक्सेल कैसे ऐड कर सकते हो, राइट?
Yes.
एंड आपको ये देखना है, आपको एक डेमो देखना, राइट? कि
या
कोई
सर इसका डैशबोर्ड जो
मल्टीपल शीट्स का, राइट?
हाँ इससे डैशबोर्ड जो बना
जस्ट गिव मी अ मिनट.
और सर इसमें एज कर अगर हमें बनाना हो प्रोजेक्ट का ओवरऑल प्रोजेक्ट का इंजीनियरिंग का कंस्ट्रक्शन का
So not exactly ESCOP, but whatever. So there are different visual. There are line charts. There are different line charts you can use. There are different pie charts. But as I said, what I said is कि आपका visualization you can choose. You are free to choose what kind of visual you want to put into our Canva.
लेकिन सर अगर वो हमने अगर एक्सेल में एज कर बनाया तो वो हम रिप्रेजेंट कर सकते हैं इसमें एज
हाँ,
ए
पर नॉट एग्जैक्टली एस्कॉप विजुअलाइजेशन. आप मैं वही कह रहा हूँ कि आप उस डेटा को, बिकॉज एक्सेल एक्सेल में लिमिटेशन है हमारे पास, बट मे बी इसमें हमारे पास कोई दूसरा हमारे पास चार्ट अवेलेबल हो. यू कैन यूज पाई चार्ट, यू कैन यूज डिफरेंट एस्कॉप, यू कैन यूज लाइन चार्ट ओवर हियर. अब आप फॉर सुदिश्मिता हियर this there are
Yes,
this
sir.
there are this number of excels which are in this particular Power BI project. So आप देख सकते हो कि there is one closed order. This all are different excels. And just to show you one demo onto
Just
this,
you, yes, yes.
yes, I'll show you one demo. So this was the thing which we were working in. This is our sheet one, right? Now, what if I want to add one more file into our project? What I
Yeah.
can do? I can quickly go to get data. I'll quickly
Okay.
there Excel workbook, the same thing which we did for the last time. And now,
Yeah.
suppose, just give me a minute. I'll quickly put in one file here. Suppose Suppose there's this file, other file, which I want to put in, right? Data is stored. This is also Excel in Excel format. I'll quickly open it. It is just in connection. It works in the background. We just click it and wait. And again, it will come like this. Okay. And as I told that if there are multiple tabs, it will display you multiple tabs here, but you can always
Yeah.
choose one. You can choose all, everything you can choose. It's okay. It's not displaying the preview here because it's a big file. So I'll quickly select load again. So as soon as I click the load, you will see this sheet over here. Can you see this? All projects, all on one. This is nice. So by this way, you can add as many as sheet you want here. You can again
Yeah.
go back to the same Excel workbook. And there are lot of functions in. There are lot of functions in. So there is a function of what we do in Excel. There is an intermediate stage in here as well. I'll again go back to Excel test data. I'll show you this quickly. One extra thing for you. So when we load this data over here in our navigator, there is one option is load and one option is transform, if you can see. So this is
Yes.
one of the other
Actually, one of my question, yeah, this is also my question. What is the use of transport data?
So this transform data is basically is to use to refine our data. So sometimes we have this messed up Excels where the data is not in proper form. So once we use Microsoft this transform data, you go into something like this. There you can work as like equal to Excel, but with more efficiency. So suppose I want to remove one column. What I do, I'll go here, I'll select here, remove column and remove column. It will remove your column from here. And in Excel, we use Control Z, but here what option we have is to just remove this query. What we used is here. So this is basically Power Query, which comes with Power BI. There you can clean and refine your data however you want. Suppose if you want to change the text type. So in our date, it is in the date format. So you can use decimal number, different formats for putting in your data. So this is also very useful, and that's what I said. Power BI is very useful tool to even refine your data. I used it most of the time to prepare my data for my vision. I'm not very much into visualization part. I'm not. So it's a Power Query. What we say, it's Power Query editor. And before loading this into our Power BI project, we can always go into this stage. If we know, okay, our data is not in the right form, there will be some problem with the text type. There will be some, I want to remove some of the columns. So you can always go there and can work with this. Once you see, okay, I have put in all my queries here. What I'll do is I'll go here, close and apply. Once I'll close and apply, it will again come back to this and load this sheet over here. You can see one more sheet is there now. Sheet 1 and 2, because it's the same sheet, so it's rename it automatically like sheet 1.
Means transport data is also called cleaning data, right? Like
so it's basically, this tool is known as Power Query, where you can put in all different queries. And transform data is basically a function to transform your data from unclean stage to a very clean and very in a cleaner form, where you can work with the data to visualize it properly, basically. So it's a tool, Power Query, which is there with Power BI. Right?
So here you are three Excel sheets. So how you combine?
Yes.
Automatically it
So
combines.
So yeah, so you can put different data in here. You can also so it's going to be like very in a detailed thing. So here there is a view which is known as model view. There you can always interact with the data internally.
Okay.
So suppose I want to combine this sheet 1 and sheet 2. I can always choose country to country here. It will make one relationship in between this. Whatever relation, like what kind of relationship you want with these two particular columns in these two particular sheets, you can always go. You can make one into one. So this is again a very detailed thing to explain.
Detail. Okay.
But you can always, it's a very detailed, like it needs one session to how to means interact with
Combine.
our model. But you can
Okay.
see, yes, sheet one, it's all projects is sheet two. So there you can see all the sheets which is coming up for your project, and you can always choose to select interaction between them. For example, in this project of mine, it's an old project. You can see I have interlinked different sheets. I have interlinked my data into different sheets. So this is how then it will look like a zigzag, like a maze. So this can be
Okay.
done, but it's again a session to explain, to teach, or maybe to go along with to begin.
Okay. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
No problem.
सर रियल टाइम
हाँ।
डैशबोर्ड जो आप शो करने वाले थे ना ये जो
हाँ, रियल
आपने
टाइम डैशबोर्ड मैं आपको यही बता रहा था। रियल टाइम
जी
ये वाला जो डैशबोर्ड है
जी
अपना, ये जो डैशबोर्ड है रियल टाइम में ही है अभी आपका, मतलब मेरा जो डेटा है उसी के साथ ये वाला डेटा चल रहा है। फॉर एग्जाम्पल,
सर
व्हाट इज रियल टाइम?
स्क्रीन
व्हाट इज रियल टाइम मीन्स? हेलो।
सर स्क्रीन में आपका शो नहीं हो रहा है मतलब जो आप अभी करंटली हम यूज कर रहे हैं आप ये प्रोजेक्ट में जो अभी
अभी
आपने
सपोज सब
हाँ जो भी हाँ ये
हाँ,
ओके ये
ओके, मैं
नहीं है
आपको उससे भी
सर
दिखाता
हाँ
हूँ।
हाँ 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 हाँ
मैं आपको उससे भी
जो
दिखाता हूँ। मैं आपको उससे भी
जी
दिखाता हूँ। सपोज करो दिस इज अवर विजुअलाइजेशन, राइट? नाउ I'll give you one insight from here. Suppose I'll remove this. Can you follow this pie chart at the left corner, everyone? At the moment we have 47 sites here, right? At the moment we are having 47 sites here. Now we'll head back to our test data, which is here. Can you follow this test data here? Can you all follow this test data? Yes. Okay. Now suppose we add one more site here, which is IT 1, 2, 3, 4, something like this. There's wave 1, 4 coming in from data. This is in progress. This is similar to this. Everything's same. Right? Now there is one more site in our data, right? Can you follow? Okay. Now what we do is we will save this, but this is not okay. This is loaded in this data. Yes, sir. I'll save it. Okay, I have saved this. My new update is there. Now what I'll do is I'll quickly refresh my data over here. Okay, because there is a background change, and we haven't put any regular frequent upgrade for my project. So for now I'll just refresh it. Now it will check all the data again in the background. Now can you see there is change?
It
Now it is showing
automatically
it
connect with Power
it
BI and
it's
Excel.
automatically. Yes, it's
Okay.
automatic. So suppose if you have this Excel sheet, someone is working in this Excel sheet can do
Excel
everything,
sheet, yeah.
anything. In Excel
If
sheet,
I refresh in Power BI, automatically the data
automatically
is
it will
coming
update.
to Power BI, right?
Yes. So for
Okay.
example, I'll
Got it.
give you one more example. We'll add one more thing here. It's again CV. Sorry, insert, right? Now we'll just because someone has to refresh our Excel here. Look in the background, someone is working. Now I'll again refresh it. And as soon as you refresh it, there is one more row and it has
will
changed.
be 49. Okay.
49. And also here, because if you see there is one more row now is blank, right? Here you can see, can you see one blank? There is no month name as blank, but because we haven't put any kind of date here, so it is blank for the Power BI. But as soon as we put in here 1 June 2024 date, right? And at the moment we have in progress count of site ID 3 in June month, right? Now I have put date in here and I'll quickly save it. And I'll refresh this data. Now there is no blank, right? And in the June month, we have one more site ID here. It's 4. So once you put your visual, there is no need to again see it will automatically, it will work with real-time data, basically, whatever whatever the changes coming in the source file, it will automatically reflect once you hit the refresh button over here. Is this good for you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any more questions for you from you? Anyone? And if not, then we are already 10 minutes down the session. I hope you guys good evening, good night, and take rest.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, sir. Good day, sir.
Now I request everyone to kindly do give your feedbacks on the Google form that I've shared in the chat box. Also give feedback on our Google handle also. Okay. If you do, it would be great for us. And you can fill the Google form so that we can track down you for your queries and concerns. Okay. Once again, I'm sharing in the chat box. Please check. Okay, then we can conclude. Thank you, everyone. Have a good night.